Hello everyone, how are you all? I am Ankita Bhagat, your science teacher in Sajanand English Medium School at Nathej. So students, after completion of chapter that is chapter 3 fiber to fabric. Now we are going to start the exercise question answer, right? Now let us start. Here the question number first is which part of black sheep have a wool? So the wool is obtained from the hairy fiber obtained from the fleece of the sheep. So we obtained the wool from the fleece, right? Now here one more question. What is the mean by the white fleece of lamb? So the white fleece of lamb refers to the white color of sheep, white color of hair of lamb, right? So the white hair, white fleece we get from the white sheep or lamb, and the black hair we get from the black sheep, right? Now the next question, question number 2. The silkworm is MCQ here. The silkworm is option A caterpillar, option B larva, option C both A and B, and the option D it is neither A nor B. So out of this which one is correct answer? So the answer is both A and B, because the caterpillar the stage is called larva. Now question number 3. Which part of following does not get yield wool? So yak, camel, goat or woolly dog. So the which of the following does not yield wool? So from the yak we get wool? Yes. From the camel? Yes. Alpaca and llama. And from the goat? Yes. We get the wool from the goat, that is the Kashmiri goat and the Angora goat, right? But from the woolly dog we can't get wool. So the answer is D, woolly dog, right? Now the question number 4. What is the mean by following terms? So terms is rearing, sharing and sericulture. So the rearing it means the helping someone to grow, whether it is breeding, whether it is feeding and all. So rearing means the helping someone to grow. Now sharing it means, so sharing is the process to removal of fleece along with the thin layer of skin from the body. Shearing it means it is the removal process. It is the process of removal of fleece along with the thin layer of body from the body of sheep. So these are the shearing. Now the sericulture. So sericulture it means the seri farm. So the sericulture refers to the rearing of silkworm to obtain silk, to caring of silkworm for the purpose of to obtain silk. So these are the rearing, sharing and sericulture, right? Now question number 5. Given below is the sequence of steps in the processing of wool. So you know very well the sequence of processing of wool. So first step is the shearing, then scouring, then sorting. Sorting is given, then picking of burrs. That is the burrs are the very fluffy, and dyeing of fiber and the making of yarn. Here you can write rolling also. Okay. So again I repeat: shearing, scouring, sorting, picking of burrs, dyeing of fibers and making of yarn. Instead of making of yarn you can write here rolling. Fine. Now the next question is question number 6. Here the question number 6. Make the sketch of two stages in the history of silk moth which are directly related to the production of silk. So here the two stages given. Draw properly. Now question number 7. Out of the following, which are two terms related to silk products? So here some terms are given to you, and out of these, which are two terms to related to silk production? So the which term is given? The first one is the sericulture, then floriculture, then moriculture, after that apiculture and the silviculture. So out of these, the sericulture, you know very well, just we learn about that. The sericulture, it means the rearing of silkworm to obtain the silk. So it is related to silkworm, silk production, and again it is the moriculture. Why it is? Because the scientific name of the mulberry is Morus alba. The scientific name of the mulberry is Morus alba. That's why the sericulture and the moriculture, these two terms are related to production. That is the silk production, right? Now the next is match the following. So the scouring it means in the process of scouring what happened? The cleaning the seared skin in the tank, dust, dirt and all things, right? Now mulberry leaves. So the mulberry leaves is the food of a silkworm. So after the silkworm are converted, the eggs are converted into the caterpillar, and the caterpillar eat 25 to 30 days mulberry leaves day and night. So that's why it is the food of silkworm. Now the next is yak. So from the yak, what we obtained? From the yak we obtained wool. So the wool yielding animal. Now the cocoon. So the cocoon is a yield silk fiber. From the cocoon we get silk fiber, right? So after that the question number 9. So in the question number 9, so there are the crossword puzzle is given to you, right? So it is not need to write in your notebook. It is just for your knowledge. Now let us solve this. So through washing. So washing it means scour. So the answer is scour. Here write scour. Now keep swarm. So keep swarm, that is wool. In the wool we feel warm, right? So animal fiber. So animal fiber are both silk and wool. But according to the box you have to write the fiber, right? So suppose here you write SCOUR, scour, and keep swarm, that is WOOL, wool. So here wool is animal fiber also. So wool and silk both are animal fiber, but wool is comes one time, that's why here silk is coming, right? Silk. Now its leaves are eaten by silkworm. So what eaten by silkworm? It is the mulberry leaves. So answer is mulberry. Now long thread like a structure. So long thread like a structure, it is the fiber, right? Now the last, hatch from the egg of moth. It is the caterpillar. So question number 9, do not write in your book. It is just for your knowledge. Now student, one more extra question that is not given in your textbook. Let us see. The question is, write a short note on the stage of life history of silk moth. So in the life history of silk moth, there are the 4 stages. So which one? Let us see. The first one is egg, then larva, then pupa and silk moth. So these are the 4 stages of life history of silk moth, right? Now let us discuss in detail. So draw the figure properly. So first it lays the eggs, then after the egg hatch and it forms the caterpillar or larva stage, and then it cover by itself. It's called cocoon. Now let us discuss in detail again. So the first stage is egg. So this is the first stage of life history of silk moth, and the female silk moth lays egg on the leaves of mulberry tree. Right? Now the second is larva. So the larva. So after the egg is hatched out, the larva is called caterpillar or silkworm. Here make a point. So it stops eating after eating leaves of mulberry up to 25 to 30 days and become dormant. So it continuously eat 25 to 30 days the mulberry leaves. So after that it enters in pupa stage, right? Now the third stage is pupa. Now caterpillar enter in the third stage of its life history called pupa. It first weaves a net and hold itself. Here make new point. It first waves a net to hold itself. It cover itself in the net, right? Now in the next line, then it swings its head from side to side in the form of figure of 8. So they waves this like wave, figure of 8, right? So again I repeat, then it swings its head from side to side in the form of figure of 8. They waves the net such a way, right? It is like a figure of 8. Now during, again right in the next line, during this movement of the head, caterpillar secrete fiber made a protein which hardens on the exposure to air and becomes a silk fiber. So during this movement of caterpillar secretes some fiber. So these fiber are made up of protein. So protein which is the hardens on exposure to air and become a silk fiber. Now next point write, soon the caterpillar completely covers itself by the silk fiber and turns into pupa. So after that what happened? The caterpillar completely covers itself by the silk fiber and turns into pupa. So this covering is called cocoon. This covering is called what? Is called cocoon. Now the fourth stage is cocoon after appears in silk moth. After 2 to 3 weeks, the cocoon appears in silk moth. So the further development of the pupa into moth continues inside the cocoon, and finally the silk moth come out by the breaking cocoon. Right? So these are the life history of silk moth. Now one more question is, that is, Describe the various steps used in the process for obtaining wool from fleece of sheep. So there are the various steps used in the process of obtaining wool. So before start the answer, you have to draw first. First write the question and then after draw this figure in that. And after that the explanation given, right? So here question is given. Describe the various steps, right? So the first step is shearing. So shearing is the process by which the fleece of the sheep along with the thin layer of skin is removed from its body is called shearing. So for that the hair cutting machine are used. The razor are used, right? Or trimmer. Now the next step is scouring. So the scouring, it means washing the seared skin with hair is truly washed in tank to remove grease, dust and dirt. This is called scouring, and nowadays scouring is done by machine, right? Now the next is step 3 is sorting. So after scouring, the sorting is done. The hairy skin is sent to a factory where the hair different texture are stored according to their color, length, etc. Right? So after the sorting, there are drying. It means removal the burrs from fiber, right? So the small fluffy fiber called burrs and picked out from the hair, and the fiber are scoured again and dried. So this is the wool ready be drawn into fiber. So after the sorting, the next step is drying. It means removal of burrs from the fiber. So the small fluffy fiber called burrs are picked out from the hair, and the fiber are scoured again. Fiber are washed again. Here wash you can write also. Fiber are washed again and dried. So this is the wool ready to be drawn into fiber. Now the next step, the step 5 is dyeing. So you know very well the natural color of animals is black, brown and white, right? So the natural fleece of the sheep and goat is black, brown or white mostly. So the fiber can be dyed into the various color because we wore the different color sweaters. That's why we need the different color of wool, right? So the fiber can be dyed into the various color. Now the last step is rolling, spinning. So the fiber are straightened, combed, ultimately combed and rolled into yarn. So the fiber are ultimately combed and rolled into yarn, and the longer fiber are made into wool for the sweater. So the longer fiber used to making a sweater and the shorter fiber used to making a woolen cloth. So students, complete the exercise in your notebook. Now next video we will upload with the new chapter. Thank you. Have a nice day.